Everyone, how are we all? It is Thursday the 3rd of September today. Ryan's back at school and I am by myself. So I've spent the morning with Mum. We went to town. I got very wet because it's raining, so I've got like that kind of almost like sticky wet hair that you get when it's been raining. It's kind of gross. You guys will know if you follow my channel for a little while that I posted back in May, maybe? A few months ago somewhere. I wasn't in this house, so it was back in my parents' house. I posted back in May saying that we were going to Walt Disney World for our honeymoon. Super exciting. And today being the 3rd of September, we next year will have been back 2 days if we'd have gone on our Walt Disney World honeymoon, which I am very sad to announce we are no longer doing. If you follow me on Instagram, which I'll put down here, you will know that we cancelled it a few weeks ago. They basically had taken away the dining plan and had said that our hotel might not be open when we go. And with all of that and like the park reservation system that you had to do, it was all getting a little bit too much for us, and we decided that we'd rather wait and do our first trip and our honeymoon to Walt Disney World when it feels like it's a bit more normal, a bit more magical. It could be perfectly fine in August 2021, but at the moment we don't know, and we'd rather not spend the next year fussing and worrying whether our honeymoon is going to be perfect or not, and just do something else after the wedding next year and then do our actual big honeymoon in 2022. So that's our plan. So it's a bit of sad news. We have cancelled our Walt Disney World honeymoon, but we will hope to go the next year even bigger and even better. We might be able to go for slightly longer. We might be able to do Universal, which we weren't planning on doing anyway. We'll make it work. We'll make it better and bigger and more beautiful than it would have been in 2021. So yeah, it's sad, but there is a silver lining to it. I saw a friend the other day who said actually it might be a good thing to make your honeymoon the year after, because A, it's going to be on our 1 year anniversary, and what a way to celebrate your 1 year anniversary than in Disney. And also, if you do the whole wedding, it's been such a long time coming, and then you do the wedding, which is 1 day, and then you do the honeymoon, which is 2 weeks, and then it's done. Whereas actually, I get to make the wedding last for a whole year, which is very exciting. So it's not an ideal situation, particularly as you'll have seen my plans if you've followed this channel for a while. I like to plan. So my plans are now null and void. So hopefully I get to enjoy creating new plans, and this time in 2 years would have been. We've still got Disneyland Paris to look forward to, which is in 164 days or something when this vlog goes live. It's February in 2021, so that's exciting with Ryan and my family. I will link the video up above where I told you all about that trip. But today I get to tell you all about our mini moon, as we are calling it, which is basically going to be the small trip that we go on just after the wedding, and hopefully it will be a really good replacement for Walt Disney World. We went through a few ideas for our mini moon, but eventually we settled on some sort of like a road trip. We love driving. We love driving and listening to tunes and having chats, doing quizzes, eating snacks, all that sort of stuff. We just love a road trip. Driving 6 hours to Disney is always like super fun, and we love it. It's going to be special because we're going to be driving for a long time, and we're going to be married. It's going to be our first trip as a married couple, which is just so great. So yeah, we thought about a road trip, and I actually posted on Instagram a few days ago and asked everybody, what they reckon we are planning. Where are we going on our road trip? There were a lot of responses. I got a few things. There was Germany, there was France, there was a lot of France. A lot of people said Disneyland Paris. Someone said the Netherlands. There was Italy, there was Malta. Like, there was all these, lots of different countries. Wales, someone said Wales. And I am pleased to announce that it is none of them. We are not doing any of them. Surprise, surprise. We are not going to Disneyland Paris. I'm not saying that we're not going to Disneyland Paris in that summer at all, but it's probably unlikely because the wedding is at the beginning of August. My camera just ran out of batteries, so I'm going to continue what I was saying. Yeah, it's a bit tricky because the wedding's at the beginning of August and the honeymoon, or the mini-moon, will be at the end of August, so that kind of negates any sort of Disney trip, and that's fine because we're going in February, so we're not too bothered about that. But yes, we're not going to Disney like a lot of you expected, and we're not going to France. France was our first choice. We were going to do France, we were going to do a big road trip around France and stop off in Disney while we were there, but France is a lot bigger than we anticipated. And to do all of the places that we really wanted, it'd be like one here, one here, one here, one here, one here, and then Disney here, and then go back home. And that just didn't seem plausible. We want to keep it relatively inexpensive as a trip, because if it's super expensive, then we might as well just use that as our honeymoon, whereas it's not supposed to be our honeymoon, it's supposed to be our mini-moon. So yeah, it's a little bit logistically complicated, but we have actually decided to do a road trip to somewhere that we wouldn't go ordinarily. We've never thought about going here, we never expected to go here. We've kind of viewed it as almost like a free pass. Like, COVID has been awful, but the fact that we've cancelled our big honeymoon means that we almost have like a free pass to a trip that we weren't expecting to have. So we've decided to go somewhere that we wouldn't usually go, and we probably won't go again, but we will absolutely love our time there, we expect. So, drum roll please. We are going to go to Scotland, which is super exciting. Neither of us have ever been, and as I just said, we probably wouldn't have thought about going because it's kind of like in our back garden, you know, like you don't think about going to a different country in the UK as a holiday. I don't know. It's a very strange mindset because it's still a different country, but it's still like our nation. So yeah, it almost doesn't feel like a holiday, but we have had a lot of people tell us that Scotland is beautiful. So we had a look and we had a research, and actually we think we can do it for relatively cheap. It's not going to be like budget holiday. We still want to stay in some nice places, but it's not going to be the, you know, £4,000 or £5,000 that Disney might be. So we think we're gonna do a little bit of a kind of like around Scotland. Some places that we're planning on visiting. There's a nice like foresty parky thing. I think it's called Peebles, which makes me laugh because it's a funny name. So something like that, that's going to be one of our first stops. We're going to go to Edinburgh. We're going to go for 3 nights or so. And be a proper tourist. We are going to be going during, supposedly, the 2021 Edinburgh Fringe. We have no idea how that will affect our tourism in any way. I don't know if it's going to be so busy with Fringe that we absolutely hate it, or whether we're going to love it. We're going to, you know, book things in Fringe or anything like that. I don't know. I don't know how much Fringe changes the city. We still want to do Edinburgh Castle and the Royal Mile and stuff like that. If anyone's been to Edinburgh or been to the Fringe or knows anything about either of those two things, please do let me know. How much does Fringe change the city itself? Are we still going to get to see Edinburgh as is, or is it all taken over by this one festival? Like, let me know, because that is a big thing. But we cannot avoid Fringe, unfortunately, because the provisional dates for Fringe are the 3rd to the 30th of August, and that's literally in the dates that we would be going, so so there's no way of avoiding it. But yeah, if you've got any info about that, please do let me know down below. Thanks. After Edinburgh, we would travel up to like the northwest, and we would go to Fort William, which is like where Ben Nevis is, and apparently Fort William itself is a beautiful, beautiful place to stay. It's so like picturesque, and that makes us happy. And we would stay there for about kind of like 5 to 7 days, and that would be like our base. We'd get a nice little Airbnb or something, we'd take some games with us and DVDs, and we'd have a chill, but we'd also get to go and explore as well. And there are a couple of excursions that you can do from Fort William that aren't too far a drive. So places like Glen Coe, which is apparently a really, really beautiful glen. It's got like waterfalls, it's really romantic. So that's going to be quite nice to do. And you can get a train. You can get on the Jacobite train, I think they called it. And you get on the train and you travel to a different town. And some of the Harry Potter films were filmed there. So it's like Hagrid's hut and Dumbledore's resting place and all that sort of stuff were filmed there. And that train is actually the Hogwarts Express. It's going to be awesome. Like that is something that really would interest us, getting on the Hogwarts Express, going over that big viaduct that they go over in the second film with the flying car sequence. You actually get to be like on the Hogwarts Express going over that viaduct. Insane. So that's something that we'd like to do. And you can also drive about under an hour, like 50 minutes or so, and get to 2 different locks. One is a lock which is name I can't pronounce, which I'm pretty sure was the one that they said was the Harry Potter Great Lake of Hogwarts. And the second lock is Loch Ness, which I feel like if you go to Scotland, you've got to go visit Nessie. Like, it's rude if you don't. That's a fact. And then after we've visited Fort William, and we've done that for our few days, we then travel down to St Andrews, which to me is super interesting because I love the royal history of St Andrews. I think it interests me. We both love the royal family, and we are really kind of into, obviously we live near Cambridge, so we're really into our old universities, university history, that sort of stuff. So St Andrews will be really nice to visit, but on our way to St Andrews we're going to stop at the Glenlivet Scotch whisky distillery, which is of no interest to me whatsoever, only to Ryan. He will love it, he'll have a great time, and he has promised me that in the Peebles Forest on the first day we can do Go Ape, so that's my thing. But yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to stop at Glenlivet, and then we're going to go to St Andrews, stay one night in St Andrews, travel down the coast to Eyemouth, which is like a coastal town. Yeah, and then we're gonna probably stop off and see some family on the way home. That's basically it. It's a whistle-stop tour of Scotland, but hopefully seeing all the good things about Scotland, all the things that people have talked about, the things that we've seen on TV shows and films and the internet that makes Scotland so beautiful. And I'm actually really looking forward to it, and the fact that we've now got this plan now means we don't have to be quite as sad about Disney, I suppose. The day that we cancelled, I was devastated. Like, I cried. It was heart-wrenching because we also cancelled on the day that we should have been travelling in a year, so it was 365 days until we travelled to Disney, and that was the day we cancelled. So yeah, that was really hard, really hard. So I was devastated. And then obviously, like everyone else that's going in 2021, I have no issues with them posting about how excited they are. Like that is amazing. Like, I'm so happy that everyone else gets to go. Have a great time. I'm gonna live through you on your Instagrams. But on the day we cancelled, there was some people that were posting and kind of saying like, "Oh mate, can't wait to go out to Disney next year." And just that day I was like heartbroken. And I don't know if any of you noticed if you follow me on Instagram, but that day I like just disappeared because I thought if I look at Instagram I'll just cry because all these people are saying, remember that time we went to Disney, or can't wait to go back in 300 days, and I'm there like, I'm not going in 300 days, I'm going in like 700. And we haven't even booked it either. I think that would have made it better. I think if we'd have cancelled but been able to rebook for 22 and we knew we were going, I think that would have made it easier. But the fact we had to cancel, and I took away my countdown from my Instagram bio, and I had to scrub my little countdown off the chalkboard that we've got, it was super upsetting. I got over it in 24 hours and then went back on Instagram and I was like, cool. I started to watch Disney vlogs again and stuff, but that particular night we were like, we cannot watch anything Disney because we're just so upset. But no, I think planning Scotland has made everything a little bit better because it means that we're excited for something that isn't Disney. And that's what we're doing. We're going to Scotland. It'll be about a 2-week trip. We're very excited to be able to experience something that we haven't experienced before. I don't know what will happen with the channel at that point. I don't know whether I will vlog it. I think if I do, it won't be like I would in Disney. It's not like I'm not committing fully. At the end of the day, it is the break after our wedding. We'll have had a stressful planning of the wedding a few months before and we just want to chill. But at the same time, I will want to document our Minimoon because it's great memories for us. Don't expect professional vlogs because I just want to have a great time. Yeah, if anyone can let me know things that you can do in Scotland, things that you recommend, food that we need to try, sites we need to see, where I can find a Highland cow to bring it home, that would be amazing, because as I said, we don't know anything. We're just going off what the internet tells us we can do. So I really hope that you have some tips for me. Before I leave you, I do have something that I need to say. Buy my book, yes. So as you all know from the last vlog, I wrote a book, ooh, and it is here, it's ready to go, it's looking super cute. Everybody that has bought it already has now received their orders, which is fabulous. Unless you've ordered between Thursday and Sunday, then you might not have received your orders. But everyone has received their orders, which is fabulous, and everyone appears to be loving it, which is great. If you're interested in buying my Disneyland Paris, the Ultimate Unofficial Guidebook, you can purchase it in the Etsy link that is down below in the description box. It has all sorts in it: tips, tricks, info, when to go, meal plans, disability guides, allergy guides, a scavenger hunt, a packing list. It's got it all. You name it, it's in here, I hope. So if you want to buy it, it is down below in the description box. Please go and check it out. Well, thank you very much for joining me. Please subscribe if you liked this, like the video, go follow me on Instagram, buy my book, all that sort of stuff. And I will see you again next week for the next vlog. Have a wonderful week. Bye bye.